Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage co-founder of Orenda and Malala Fund Gulmakai Champion, Haroon Yasin, and Pluralsight Chief Impact Officer, Lindsey Kneuven.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. Haroon has flown in from Islamabad, Pakistan to join us. Haroon is an education activist, a social entrepreneur, and a Malala Fund Gulmakai Champion. With support from Malala Fund, Haroon has digitized Pakistan's national curriculum and developed Talimabad, which is a mobile and web application that helps out-of-school youth resume their studies. Today, Haroon is here to talk with us about girls' education and how technology can break down the barriers that prevent girls from learning. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lindsey.
Can you tell us a little bit about Malala Fund's work and really what it means to be a Gulmakai champion? And then really, how does the Pluralsight One partnership support your vision for impact around the world?
So the Malala Fund was set up by Nobel laureate Malala Yousafzai and her father Ziauddin. And the Malala Fund's goal is to find local organizations that are solving problems in girls' education and then support them to scale up their programs so that more and more girls go to school. I happen to run one of those organizations. I run an ed tech company in Pakistan that digitizes the national curriculum and then scales it up to underserved, remote areas of the country. Right now, we've just crossed 100,000 learners all across the country. And all of these learners are coming in from those areas where you don't traditionally expect high-quality learning to be possible. But because smartphones are spreading like wildfire in Pakistan, it has given us the opportunity to really reach children who we wouldn't have been able to reach them anyway. And the Pluralsight One partnership and the support from Malala Fund has been critical in helping us get to that stage.
That's great to hear. So Pakistan has the second highest number of out-of-school girls in the world, second to Nigeria.
Yeah.
And how does technology help you break down those barriers and help girls learn?
So there's about 24 million children in Pakistan who are currently out of school. And they can be out of school for a number of reasons. Sometimes there might not be a school that's close by. Sometimes they live in such insecure, unsafe places that they cannot go to school. But at the same time, it's a very strange fact that in a country where 50% of the children grow up chronically malnourished, 50% of the population has access to smartphones. And so for cases where the girls weren't able to come to school, technology has really allowed us to take the school to the girls. And in some of the programs that we're doing now, we're working in such remote communities that there's not even road infrastructure in those places. By using technology, we're able to bring all of those girls to school. They study at home in their villages in small clusters. At the end of the year, they just go and take a state examination and get a certificate without ever having to go to school. And I think that's where technology will really, really change the landscape of learning, not just in developed countries, but for cases like Pakistan as well. We're finding that more and more of the girls who are coming onto that platform are not just waiting to get a certificate anymore. They're just using the platform day in, day out, and they're applying the skills on the very next day to very real problems that they face. I was talking to one about yesterday, in which we were working in a village which was very unsafe, and we taught the girls the concept of circuits. Now, they had just learned their introductory lesson on circuits, and this was batteries and wires and some basic stuff. And the girls had gone on to learn how to make rudimentary door alarms using the knowledge that they had gathered about circuits. And then began outsourcing those circuits to other girls so that they could protect themselves as well. That's the kind of future that we want to build. Not necessarily having skills for a much later period of time, but applying them on the day that you learn them.
Yeah. That's great. And we know right now 130 million girls are out of school today. It's a staggering number. What do you see as the future? You know, if we're able to achieve our mission of democratizing technology skills and you're able to achieve your mission, what does the world look like then?
I think the world increasingly will place the learners at the heart of the learning process. I think I grew up in an educational system where we all went through 20 years of schooling without even being asked what was our opinion about it. And I think what's changing now is that learners are finding out more and more that they can be in control of their own fate. And when that happens, we get into this really exciting territory where young people are applying skills and knowledge in a way that's never been seen before. And if they were placed under the control of a classroom, a rigid classroom, they would have never been able to do that.
They're constrained.
Yeah.
Right. So we have an incredible community here today. We have our Pluralsight 1 booth in the exchange, so you can stop by and meet Haroon. We also have a breakout session today at 1 where we'll go deeper. If you had to issue a call to action to this group, what would it be? How can they support you? You achieved 100,000 kids impacted by your work this past year, and you're shooting for 1 million next year. It's incredible. So how can they help you get here?
I think this is the most fantastic group of technical expertise that I've come across, all in one room. I think what we're trying is, we don't just want to get to 1 million children and just have that as a number that we feel good about.
Right.
We want to reach that 1 million in a very impactful way. One of the things that we're incorporating into the platform is machine learning and artificial intelligence that allows the platform to know a student's weaknesses and build a customized learning pathway for the child, just as any good, empathetic teacher would. In order to do that at scale, for 1 million children, most of them who are studying for the very first time, we need all the technical expertise that is on hand. And as we go up to 1 million children and have all the data coming in, it would be incredible to just reach out to this community to sort of build a platform for the future that is unique and tailor-made for every single child.
Great, and we'll continue to work with you to integrate Pluralsight 1 solutions and our product and our platform into that ecosystem of resources for these kids. But thank you so much for the work you do. It's incredible. It's very powerful. We're really grateful to have you here and wish you all the best with this next year.
Thank you, Lindsey.
Thank you.